Alright guys, happy adapted winter solstice holiday to all. I have a real treat for you today. I have scoured YouTube, and by scoured I mean searched for about 15 minutes, for the top 5 advanced boom beach tutorials on YouTube. Okay? And I really took advantage of the fact that there are some super duper YouTubers out there way better than me. I'm a total copycat. I just do this for my task force so they have something funny. Also, it entertains me and I like doing the production of it. They have way better equipment than I do. Obviously, mine are shit and you can't really even see my face because I don't have something to do that with. But regardless, let's just get right into it. I got the top 5 boom beach tutorials that will really help you understand all the different troop types, how to use them, and all that good shit. And it also introduce you to some of these guys who have a lot more videos. Some of them are shit, but a lot of them are pretty instructive. Okay, and they and ah a lot less than I do. I totally do that. I listen to my videos. I hear it all the time. I can't stop. Maybe the purpose of me doing this is simply to stop umming and ahhing. So, without further ado, let's get into the first one. The first one is by Bootramp. And Bootramp has a great video that I'm going to show you that uses all Grenadiers. This guy, you know, he's a really excited guy. He loves the game, clearly. He was really excited about Grenadiers. He said big bada boom about 1,000 times in this video. And he really does a good job just walking you through how to use Grenadiers, which are basically chaos, right? You know, all you really need to do is land those fuckers and shock everything. But, you know, he shows, I mean, basically his best advice here is max out your Grenadiers. If you have max Grenadiers, they're going to do pretty good. Sometimes he uses medics with them and sometimes he doesn't. He shows attacking a boosted base, an unboosted base. He shows you how to use your gunboat to best effect, all that good shit. And about 7.5 minutes into that video, I think he almost passes out. And that's really funny to me, because I know that feeling. But basically, you know, what his video boils down to is there's not really a lot of skill involved in the Grenadier. You have to use your GBE just right. Shocks, barrages, maybe critters, not a lot of flares. Flares only if you have to. Alright, so next up, we have BenTim 1. Great guy, it seems like. He's just a really nice guy. Loves the game, loves to make videos, loves to make fun of himself, very self-deprecating. I think it's hilarious. He uses all tanks. Tanks are my least favorite troop type of all time. I think they are totally fucking useless. And even when they are useful, they're so slow, it makes me want to go to sleep. So, but in the interest of fairness, a lot of people like tanks, and so here's a video that you should watch if you like using all tanks. Main thing he says is don't bother using medics. I think that's a controversial thing amongst players, but I tend to agree. If you're going to use tanks, you need to use a shitload of them and not dilute it with your medics. Let's see. Best tip he has is use high level tanks. He uses level 12 tanks. I, of course, have made fun of level 7 tanks for being useless. Personally, my tanks are only at level 5, so I don't use them. I don't even know why they even are at level 5. But anyway, from what I can tell, you basically have to approach the base, and this is how I've gotten raided before, approach the base and then shave the base down, almost using the, almost going around the perimeter of the base as you go, instead of like heavy Zukas coming right into it and forming sort of a wave. The tanks are like a pick and roll kind of thing, I think. I don't know. Leave a comment if I am misrepresenting tank usage, but that's how it seems to me. BenTim, I think, did a good job. It's a good video. I think you should watch all of his videos. And he also makes a comment about his body odor. And I can tell everyone right now, no one cares if he takes a shower or doesn't take a shower. It really doesn't matter to me. I don't think it matters to the players because YouTube is not smell-o-vision. So BenTim, if you're out there, if you if you watch this, which I know you won't, we don't care if you stink. All right, so next up we have Nick at Night. And Nick at Night is really one of the pioneers of Boom Beach YouTube videos. I think he was one of the first, if not the first. And so he deserves a lot of props for that. But he posted a great video not too long ago about taking down Gearheart with heavy Zuka, or what he calls hookah, combo. Personally, it's my favorite troop combination. I think it's the most well-rounded. I think you can go after just about anything with it. And it requires you to use all of the elements of the game to take down a base. So I'm a big fan of heavy Zuka. Best tip that Nick at Night has for you is buy your way through the game and buy all of the upgrades immediately by spending money on diamonds, and then the game is simple. Sorry. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. He's good. He actually is very technically good at what he does. And he shows heavy Zuka taking down Gearheart in 3 attacks. And I don't think there's a whole lot of people out there who can take down heavy Zuka, Gearheart with heavy Zuka in 3 attacks. So, it's a really good video. It shows the thinking process behind looking at a base, saying, where are the weaknesses? What do I have to take down? What has the chance of failing? I think there's a part in there where rocket launchers start sniping at his Zukas from the back. Shit happens to everybody. But he shows you how to work through that shit. So I think it's a good video. Most of his videos are good. Some are a little schlocky. This one, very technically excellent. All right, in the number 2 spot, I think is one of the most clearest clinics given on how to smoke and rush. I think this is a great video by SavageWarrior. I think he's kind of a newcomer to the scene and doing really good videos. This one is fun. I think he manages to make a super technical topic fun, and even has little skill practice drills that you can do easily in your game to learn how to smoke and rush. And I love that he puts in his videos any critical stats that he says out loud, he puts them as text on the screen to emphasize it. And I think altogether, SavageWarrior is good at teaching how these things can best be done, down to, where do you use your thumbs? Do you use your right thumb, left thumb? How fast do you have to hit the buttons and all that kind of stuff? And I really think that showing things on screen is key. So I'm going to try, if I can do this with Microsoft Movie Maker, to put up a screen grab of this is from the Boom Beach Wiki about how much GBE you need cumulatively to launch 1, 2, 3, or 4 shock bombs. Because a lot of the times, I don't know, people out there might calculate. I usually don't calculate. I usually freeball what I'm doing. But if you have that number in your head, I'm going to need such and such amount of GBE to launch these shocks, then you can usually manage the rest and say, okay, whatever I do, when I get my troops rushed to where they need to be, I need that much GBE. So it's a great video all around. Just watch it. If it doesn't make you a better player, it will definitely make you feel smarter and feel like you're a better player. And last but not least, we have Reversal doing all Zukas unboosted versus Dr. Terror. I love this guy, Reversal. I've never seen someone so excited about anything in my life as this guy is about Boom Beach. Okay? He's great. When the update came, the shitty update came about updating the vault graphics, he loved it. It blew his mind that they would change the vault graphics. To me, I'd rather they didn't do that. I'd rather they didn't do cheesy shit like that, because I don't really care what the vault looks like. The upgraded vault now is like, there's no entryway, there's just a big hatch. So I could imagine these dudes have to jump into the vault, fucking Scrooge McDuck style, and dive in and just get wood and rocks and iron and gold. I think it's a big mess. And how would they separate that in the vault if you're just diving straight in? I would think it would be cut into 4 sections, like a Neapolitan ice cream. And then there's just like 4 sections of rocks and wood and gold and iron. Makes a lot of sense, really. What do you need a walk-in for? Scrooge McDuck didn't need a door. He just needed a hatch, and he jumped in that shit. Okay, so why is this video number 1? This video is number 1 because he shows you how to use all Zookas through all 7 stages of Dr. Terror. That means you get to see how Zookas work versus an easy base, all the way through to a really hard base. So at some point he transitions from just going at the base to having to smoke the Zookas to a position and support that with his GBE to get the win. And he actually does get through all 7 stages of Terror with just Zookas. So it shows you that it's possible. I think there's a lot of good tips in there. And I don't know how many times this guy has said, "Oh my God," about this game, but it must be a lot. And the dude has Boom Beach framed pictures on his wall. And for that reason alone, Reversal, you win the top spot. You have made the best video I could find while searching YouTube for 15 minutes. Congratulations. See you guys later.
With a barrage. I hope 1 barrage is enough. And oh wow, the